And so, I started off this conversation talking to my rabbi friend here about how there's no real intersection between cannabis and Halloween. When we started off to do the show, I really thought there was a history, and Ben and I talked about it on the phone a little bit about, there's some evidence that, with the Celtic and the pagan traditions that perhaps cannabis was used in some form of that, but there's really no direct proof. I went as far as calling the Salem Witch Museum, and I spoke to one of the curators up there, and I might have made a jackass out of myself, but I thought maybe perhaps there is some correlation. She just kind of chuckled and said, she goes, no, I appreciate the call, but she goes, I don't know of any correlation.
I mean, I think that if anything, we could assume that there's a reverse correlation.
Yeah.
That there was definitely not enough cannabis during that period of time. I think that a lot less people would have gotten hung and burned if there was enough, right?
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever it was not cannabis that they had during the Salem witch trials.
That makes sense, Ben.
Yeah.
Again, wealth of knowledge. Wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, they had some shit that you don't want. Yeah.
Talking to the mic. Make sure you guys talking to the mic, man. Be sure to talk to the mic.
A friend of mine actually visited Salem recently, and that whole witchcraft history is a very big business up there.
It's huge.
For checking stuff
If they
out.
weren't so damn busy, she said she would have come on tonight to debunk this with us.
So I don't know if you've heard of the wet crop theory, but LSD comes from the ergot fungus, and what happens is in some crops, if a crop comes too late, the bread has fungus on it. Some of that fungus can be psychedelic fungus, and there's a theory that the Salem witch trials happened in part because of late harvests and psychedelic bread that they were all forced to eat or had to eat to not starve. And I think that has been debunked to some degree, but there are some people that think that that a late crop and ergot fungus could be. So there could be some
Do you know how to make the fucking magic bread?
No, I don't know how to make magic bread. I can make peanut butter and jelly.
Yep.
All right, well, that we do know how to do. So anyway, one of the things that I was really thinking is that there was like the direct correlation, and
It's
there's
rye bread. I'm sorry, by the way.
What was that again?
It's rye bread, actually, though, that does it. So you just, after...
Well, if you're going to say rye bread, directed at him.
Do you have a loaf?
I do not have rye or challah bread.
Here we go!
Here we
That's
go.
the one,
See, the
that's
rabbi's on a roll right now, baby. Fucking Dallas, man. I'm not done with you. I'm never done with you with that. Hey.
I'd give you some bread, but you'd probably think it's the Lord or something himself.
Well, right now I'm looking for very specific crackers this evening.
I don't have any.
You know what I'm talking about, Ben? I don't have.
I stay away from death cults, but
But they're cookies,
Sure,
right? They're cookies.
they're cookies.
They're sugar cookies at the end of the day.
It's not a death cult. Don't worry.
And if you eat them, you're not going to go to hell either. Some might tell you if you're not supposed to eat those cookies and you eat them, that you'll go to hell.
That sounds like a loving God to me.
So anyway, one of the things I did is I did some research, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So I came across this Leafly article, and Control Room, if you want to go ahead and put it up. This article talks about, and what I find very interesting is, here we go. So you guys can see my screen here, and what it is this is Leafly. And they said 7 scary strains for a haunting Halloween. And what I find just absolutely insane about this is that there's no correlation other than the name itself. So let's take a look at some of these. Ready? Ghost OG. And then the description is boo, don't worry, there's nothing scary about this popular strain. It's a hybrid relaxing effects and citrusy profile. There's nothing about how this could fit into your Halloween evening whatsoever. You agree?
True. I mean, we're going to smoke weed regardless of
It doesn't matter what fucking name
I've
it
actually
is.
heard this article is up for the Pulitzer Prize, so some people disagree. They think that this is actually the best work of...
I knew. Yeah. First, I got a sound for that.
You had me on. I got to say stupid shit like that.
oh shit! Oh shit!
Uh-oh, retard alert.
So anyway,
Oh man.
yes, we're in for some fun. So that's the first one. So the second one, Durban Poison. Popular sativa sounds scary. Sounds scary. I mean, the whole point of bringing this up is it's such a fucking reach.
Yeah, you got to reach pretty far to find
It
a
is
connection.
such a fucking
They're trying
reach.
to what? Make the connection.
They're trying to
between
they're trying to
poison.
jam. Listen, cannabis has a relation to each holiday, and this one is a weak relationship. So they're just trying to jam it in. I mean, what we're doing here with our costumes is more cannabis Halloween than anything that's really anyone else is doing. So it's the same shit. So anyway, Durban Poison. You guys can, if you want to flip back to it. Jealousy. Ever heard of jealousy?
Sounds like one of the mortal
Yes.
sins to me.
Yes, I had some jealousy about 2 weeks ago. Actually,
You did?
yes, I did.
You had this flower right here?
I had that flower.
And
You liked it?
yeah, did you like it?
I'm gonna say this: it didn't make me jealous, but it felt good.
And did it make you think of Halloween? I doubt
Not
it.
at all.
All right. Gary Satan. This is a strain. Never heard of it. Have you heard of this, Ben?
No, I've never heard of
How about you, T. Greedy?
No.
Okay. So again, a spooky name, Devil Driver. So you guys get the point, man. Like, what, a lot of dispensaries are doing,
Hellraiser OG.
Yeah, I would rather you go down that if you're in the retail business and you want to do something for Halloween, it makes sense to me that you would go down the road where you reward the best costumes, or perhaps you do a dab contest, something that's that's more relevant to the retail business than it is to try to shove some strains into a category that it doesn't belong.
It seems like this might be maybe the less the least favorite holiday for the cannabis industry.
Yeah,
Right, because
And-
there's stories of children getting cannabis candy,
Well, we're gonna
which
talk about
everyone
that
knows
tonight,
is
yeah.
bullshit. But
Yes, that's actually
unfortunately
good.
that's
And that's the
where
next-
people's minds go.
And that's the next thing we're talking about. And before we get there, so Todd, what do you think about these guys putting these strains in and tying it to Halloween with no real reference points or no real relevance?
I think it's a money grab, marketing, right?
It's marketing, right? It's Halloween. You have to put an article out, so why not write some stupid ass
but at
shit
the
like
same
this?
time, what more of a holiday than a Halloween for partying? And weed smokers are going to smoke weed and party on Halloween.
Then I would be more interested, and you're right, you're 100% right. So I would be more interested in an article on how to throw a good party or activities that you could have at a party. But this is, to me, is the biggest reach.
Or the best candy strains. I mean, even that would be. Everyone loves candy strains. You have the best gelato strains. You
Right.
got, lemon cherry gelato. You're talking
So
about
what do you?
candy. You're
Yeah,
talking
what do you
about
think,
candy.
T. Greedy?
Yeah, I agree with him.
Yeah, so
Yeah, the candy would have been.
a better
The
choice.
most delicious candy strains. You got your Skittle, your Z Skittles, your Z Terps. You could break it down. Here, this is your Z Terps. This is candy for the adult. This is candy for
Adult
us, right?
fun. Yeah, there you go.
So let me ask you this. This is a crazy ass question. So Ben, for next Halloween, will you write the Cough Country article
Yeah.
on how to have a proper
Well, there's what they
camo
call
Halloween?
terpene constellations, which is just a group of different volatile compounds that make the taste. And people like the ones that have a candy flavor, but there's different lineages to certain candy flavors, so we could go over that.
All right, cool. So now we already know that Ben's going to come back and write an article. We have,
Well, I don't know about write an article.
Hey, we could talk about it.
but you could use,
Listen, Brian,
but you could use AI.
the knowledge is here.
You could just tell,
And in ChatGPT.
yeah. And then don't tell anybody you used it afterwards.
Oh, no one will know.
Exactly.
Did I say that in the microphone?
No one's going to know. 100% right. He's 100% right.
Yeah, man.
This is the info on the Mercedes CLK. Good.
What is it? Well, somebody fire one of them up and start passing that around. So
Yeah, we'll catch the next one because he kind of smoked the first one up by himself.
T-Brady, fire that up.
He let us do our intro, but we're ready now.
Oh, look at this. Rabbi's raining J's on the rabbi.
What's going on in the conclave?
This is always fun to get dressed up, right? As somebody you're not. When's the last time you've been a rabbi? Never.
I'm a rabbi daily. I live right, smoke the righteousness, and live it.
Well, listen, you are as righteous as they come, as I say. And what do you call those things? What do you call the?
Kippa?
On my locks.
No, yeah, what do they call pesos?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ben knows what I'm talking about. So anyway,
The curls.
yeah, the curly curls.